Right now, though, it is time for Police Blotter Facts Friday.
Whenever the laws of any state are broken, a duly authorized organization swings into action.
You know what time it is? It's Friday evening. That means it's time for Police Blotter Facts Friday. All week long, we ask you to send in your funny stories or items from the local police column. Some papers call it the police log. Others call it the police blotter. Many papers run it, or it can be a standalone story about the police. You could see it on the internet as well now, since fewer and fewer people actually read print dead tree newspapers. You could also, you can send them to grace@howiecarrshow.com, grace@howiecarrshow.com, or you can still use our fax machine, 857. Excuse me, Grace. Did you sneeze?
Sorry, I should have.
Bless you.
I should have hit the mute button, but I had to use my arm to cover my face.
I thought you were sneezing because we were still mentioning the fax machine. 857-284-8864. 857-284-8864 if you want to fax it in. At this time, every Friday evening, Grace and I read the best entries of the week in our humble opinions, and we give a nice prize to the two top entries of the week. What do they get this week, Grace?
They'll get a copy of What Really Happened. Howie, I have so many to get through today. I don't know what is in the water lately, but I'm going to dive right into the runners-up. They do not win a prize. Starting with, wanted man hands himself into police to get peace and quiet and says he would rather go to prison than spend more time with the people he's living with in lockdown.
That's why he needed to buy Raycons.
A wanted man handed himself into police rather than spend any more time in lockdown with the people he lives with, police said. He said he wanted peace and quiet, and then he just turned himself in. They didn't give away the man's name, but they just said that.
Where was this?
This was in Britain.
In Britain. It's too bad that Sergeant Erickson doesn't have that same attitude. He'd be making much better use of his days in the Rockingham County House of Correction, wouldn't he?
Yeah, well, all I can think of is Shawshank. Remember the old guy in Shawshank? He doesn't want to leave the prison. So sad. Saddest part of the movie. Man accused of breaking into Maine home and taking a bath. This is Casco, Maine.
Okay.
A couple from Casco say a man who broke into their home on Monday made himself comfortable and even took a bath. The couple arrived home from a weekend away and found a strange car in their garage. He went right into the garage. He
had a car with him? Usually people who break into a house to take a bath come on foot.
34-year-old Sean Schoonmaker.
Thank God I was afraid it was one of my relatives.
Of Norway was found inside. He took a candle-lit bath in their walk-in tub, ate their food, and rearranged items in their home.
Is there Norway, Maine, or is this?
No, there is a Norway, Maine.
Okay, that's what I thought.
It's between Poland and China, Maine.
Right, next to Paris.
Right.
I mean, a candlelit bath and ate their food and rearranged items in their home. He seems like a nice guest. Kind of a refined guest, I would say.
Did he partake of an alcoholic? Did he partake of an alcoholic beverage or two?
It does not say. It only says ate their food, so I don't know. Two Florida women dressed up as grannies to get COVID vaccine.
Well, these were men. I thought these were men.
No.
They were women.
I thought that too, Howie, but you gave me fake news. This grand scheme didn't get very far. Two Florida women dressed up as grannies in an attempt to get vaccinated against COVID-19.
This was in Orlando, correct?
Yes, and I hate
maybe at least they didn't dress up as Goofy and Mickey Mouse.
I hate to be sexist here, Howie, but if it had been men dressing up as grannies, this would have been a winner. But because it's women dressing up as older women, it loses the Tootsie element. You know what I mean?
If it had been men dressing up as women, they would have had to give them the vaccine, or they would have been accused, the clinic or whoever would have been accused of being transphobes, right?
That's very true. Bears are released into the wild and immediately turn on their rescuers and crowd of spectators. So normally when I see these police blotters, whether it's like the Daily Mail or the New York Post, I don't really watch the videos that go with it because sometimes it's a lot of junk on there. But with this one, I really wanted to see it. I wanted to see the bears turn on these people and see what happened.
Where did this happen?
Kurdistan, northern Iraq.
Don't they have enough trouble in Kurdistan with ISIS and Al Qaeda and all those people? They're releasing bears into the wild?
Well, here's what happened. 6 Syrian brown bears were saved from captivity in people's homes. They were freed during a wildlife conservation project in Kurdistan, but moments after the cages were opened.
Wait, they had these people in Syria? Syria's got a lot of problems too.
No, Howie, they're Syrian brown bears.
Well, where were they? Where were they being held captive?
In Kurdistan.
Okay.
But moments after the cages were open, and they were open kind of like when the horses, when they let the horses out to race, they like open it like
a racetrack race is what you mean.
Yeah, but I just mean like they were caged in and they were like, go, and they were hoping they'd go forward. But the bears were very intrigued by what was happening. So they kind of crawled out step by step. They got down the ladder thing. And then they kind of just looked at the people. And all of a sudden, moments after the cages were open, the raging bears charged towards the crowds of onlookers and journalists as the ceremony descended into chaos. It really did descend into chaos, but it was weird because a lot of the people didn't seem that scared. They were running, but they were kind of laughing and they were all recording it. It's a pretty good video if you guys want to check it out. I'm not going to lie. Drunk woman.
Wait, Grace, though. What were the bears' names?
There were 6 of them. Yogi, Winnie, Boris, Ted, Barnstable, and Bobo.
Bobo.
That's
a good name for a bear.
Thanks.
Barnstable, not so good.
I thought Barnstable was good. There's a character named Barnstable the bear. Drunk woman gets naked and steals clothes in Arizona.
Beware, beware, beware of the naked.
A California woman is facing several charges. Her name is 53-year-old Melissa Don Hahn. She ran up an $154 tab at the Mecca Bar and Grill, tried to pay with a credit card, but it was declined. She got angry at the staff and customers, swearing at them and spitting on a man. She left the store and went into the Cactus Flower. That's where she got completely naked.
Wait. What is the cactus? She was at this place called the Mecca Bar. And then she went to what's the Cactus Flower?
It's a clothing store.
Oh, okay.
That's when she got completely derobed and
disrobed.
Disrobed.
What was this woman's name?
I like derobed better. Her name is Melissa Don Hahn.
And how old?
54.
I'm not looking that up.
Actually, 53. That's where she got completely naked and got clothes from the store. Her credit card was declined again, and she got mad, knocking things over and throwing a wine glass. Hahn left without paying.
She brought a wine glass from the Mecca Bar into the Cactus Flower.
Yeah, and this is also crazy. The items at the Cactus Flower cost $740, but police were called, and when they found her at a nearby bar, she was wearing a Mecca Bar T-shirt and a bracelet that were stolen. So she must have also taken a T-shirt from the bar.
Was she wearing anything other? Was she wearing anything other than the T-shirt?
That's a good question, because I've said this before on the show, but there's nothing scarier than someone in just a T-shirt. Florida man caught.
Just ask Michelle Cassone, Patches Kennedy's date, that wonderful night where they all left the O Bar together in Palm Beach.
Well, just ask that lady who said that wasn't Ted Kennedy wandering around.
No, that's what I mean. That's Michelle Cassone.
Oh, I'm mixing them up. Florida man caught masturbating in Walmart parking lot told cops he was lonely. Kyle Weiss was arrested for pleasuring himself in a car in a Walmart parking lot. Thank you to McKay for sending me this story.
If he was lonely, why did he have to go to the parking lot?
What do you mean?
He said why couldn't he have been lonely in his house or his apartment?
Well, maybe the parking lot, maybe the lighting or something. I don't know. Maybe he liked the atmosphere. This happened in Vero Beach.
The atmosphere of a Walmart parking lot in Vero Beach.
Yes, the drivers.
You can be in a sea of vehicles or people and still feel lonely.
Yes. A shopper noticed a suspect's self-love session inside a Kia parked outside the store. Is that the one with the hamsters in it? those commercials, the Kia commercials. The Walmart man had the driver's side.
He's not a
window
Walmart
down.
man. He's Florida man.
The Florida man.
Why? What do you have against Walmart?
That's what they call him something on here, but I'm not sure if I'm allowed to say it, so I'm not going to read it. Was performing the highly visible lewd act in broad daylight. They found 26-year-old Kyle Weiss in the car. He had, you know what?
He was charged with impersonating a Massachusetts state police officer at a country music concert in Foxborough, Massachusetts.
Howie, let's just say he was inciting an insurrection. And he told police he was at Walmart because he's an Uber Eats driver, but choked under further questioning. And then he told him that he was lonely because his ex-girlfriend's in Colorado.
I don't think choked was an appropriate word for a family show.
I'm sorry. I'm just reading from the story, guys.
Who wrote that? Whoever wrote that reporter should be disciplined.
So I think it's from The Smoking Gun. That's a pretty good website for these. Guys, Police Blotter Facts Friday is brought to you by Piantadosi Baking Company, celebrating over 100 years of baking excellence since 1916. Howie, I still have a huge stack to get through, so I'm going to end it here so we have more time on the other side.
Okay. My friends at Eden Pure have done it again. You can get the Thunderstorm air purifier at the lowest price offered to my listeners. With code word Howie, the Thunderstorm is available for under $90 and shipping is free. This New Year's sale is for 1 week only and while supplies last. The Thunderstorm is a small device you can hold in your hand and plug into the wall to purify the air from any odor. This could be pet odor, kitchen smells, tobacco, or that damp smell lingering in your basement. No filters are needed. I've seen comparable units that retail for more than $600 in doctors' offices. I always ask myself, why didn't they just order the Thunderstorm? The Thunderstorm.
Howie, I really like the Thunderstorm now because we cook a lot of steak at my house. And
Yes.
at first you love the smell because it smells so delicious. But after like 20 minutes, you're like, ugh, I just want the smell out of the house. And it's hard to get it out. But you turn on the Thunderstorm in your kitchen and it's out within minutes. And it smells fresh and clean and no more odor.
I'm going to have to take this with me because we're going to be cooking some Omaha steaks this weekend in our apartment. I'm going to take this Thunderstorm home with me. Even I think we've got one at the condo anyway, but that's good. All right. Take advantage of this 1 week only sale and experience for yourself what all the listeners are raving about. Go to EdenPure.com and put in code word Howie. That's EdenPure.com, code word Howie. Shipping is free. I'm Howie Carr.
He's making talk radio great again. He's Howie Carr.
So I was thinking about ordering Uber Eats tonight. I'm reconsidering.
I don't blame you. Guys, I just want to give a quick update. There are 2 rooms that are available at the Fallsby Inn. I'm heading down there this weekend. I'm so excited. I should say up there. So everyone should definitely check them out. There's 2 rooms. One's a queen bed, one's a king bed. Call 603-927-4221 if you want to get them. 2 people just had to cancel because of the weather, so those opened up. So you might be lucky if you call now. Florida man burglarized nearly a dozen homes during funerals using public obituaries. This is a really sick story. Again, thank you, McKay.
This is not a unique story, though. I mean, the fact is that there probably been less of these since people stopped reading newspapers so much. Because you're less inclined, I think, to go to the obit page on a newspaper website. But this guy's old school. He still buys the paper every morning before he decides who he's going to burglarize.
Hey, if it works, it works. I mean, why would he change it up? Really sick, though. I mean, a man in Central Florida was arrested Monday after allegedly carrying out at least 10 burglaries over the past 5 months in broad daylight, targeting houses while funeral ceremonies were taking place. Because I have other ones to get to, I'm not going to spend too much time on it. But like Howie said, nothing new. Florida man stole one girlfriend's ring to propose to the other girlfriend. Crazy story. Joseph Davis used the alias Joe Brown with one girlfriend and Marcus Brown with the other. A Florida man is on
I know the
run.
pattern.
Yeah.
Usually you keep the same first name rather than the same last name.
Not very creative. He stole one of his girlfriend's old engagement rings and he used it to propose to his other girlfriend. And the 2 girlfriends, in a movie-like type of plot, they figured it out and they ganged up together and they tried to take him down.
Sleepless in Sarasota.
Okay, and now for our two winners. First up, Polk County teacher faces child abuse charges after fighting students outside of a McDonald's.
Oh,
This is Bartow, Florida.
what was the woman's name, Grace?
The woman's name was Liquindella Clark.
Liquindella?
Liquindella
And what was her last name?
Clark.
Liquindella Clark. Okay.
A group of students went to a McDonald's after a basketball game, and I guess her child, she's a teacher at the school, but her child was involved in the fight, and she waited in the parking lot until the group of kids exited the McDonald's, at which point a physical fight ensued between Clark and the group of kids. Police said Clark struck one kid in the face, removed her wig, and struck a second student in the head
Removed
area.
her wig. That's a nice touch.
Very detailed in Florida.
I think, Grace, I may have sent that one. And, there's another nice touch in that one. Did you look at the mugshot?
Yeah, it's from 2013.
Right. So the teacher at the school has a leftover mugshot from 2013.
Crazy. And actually, this is not a winner, but because I have a little bit of extra time here, Plymouth man arrested for DWI after driving wrong way both ways on I-93. I feel bad. We haven't had any, local stories. A Plymouth man is facing a drunken driving charge after state police say he drove the wrong way in both directions on Interstate 93. Christopher Power was charged with driving while intoxicated.
Is this in New Hampshire or Massachusetts?
That's got to be New Hampshire.
Yeah, I think it is New Hampshire.
Sorry, I saw
That's close
Plymouth.
enough. That's local.
Mass.
Yeah.
All right, and now for
I like the way he turns around, but he's still going the wrong way.
I know, crazy. And for our final winner, woman attacks sister with Epipen. Can you guess what state this is in? If you had to take a wild guess, Howie.
The Sunshine State?
Yeah. A Florida woman who repeatedly stabbed her sister with an EpiPen told cops that she was allergic
Maybe
to
maybe the sisters could double date with Zip Connolly and Franny Joyce this weekend.
Well, they're 62 and 64, so it'd be
They're
age
about the right
appropriate.
age, yeah.
Yeah. She told the cops she was allergic to drunks and was simply trying to sober up the victim. Joanna Zielinski and her sister Laura were drinking last night in their Naples home when Laura went to sleep on the couch.
That's a long way from Pompano Beach.
Hey, but you'll drive.
Yeah, I mean, once just put a couple of cases in the back of the car and just drive over.
Joanna stayed up and consumed more alcoholic beverages and narcotics. At some point, Joanna went crazy and attacked Laura with an EpiPen, stabbing her with it multiple times. When questioned, Joanna said, "I'm allergic
Who are
to
we to
drunks."
say she's crazy? Why are the cops in Naples being so judgmental?
She really liked this line, though. She said, "I'm allergic to drunks, so I injected her with the EpiPen so she wouldn't be a drunk anymore. What's the big deal?" Or she wouldn't be drunk anymore. EMS workers conducted a medical evaluation of Laura since she was worried about the implications of being injected with EpiPen when she had no allergies and has no medical use for the device. They said that no medication was injected into Laura due to the way her sister was holding the EpiPen while attacking. She did have a large welt on her right thigh. Thank you, Pantadosi Bacon Company, for sponsoring this segment. And guys, make sure you check out the Fallensby Inn if you still haven't gotten your room for this weekend.
Thank you, Grace. Have a good time at the Fallensby Inn in Sutton,
Thanks,
New
Howie.
Hampshire. I'm Howie Carr.